Beyond the edge of light, space bends inward, an abyss where gravity devours everything, even the memory of time itself. Here, light spirals endlessly, stretched thin by impossible gravity, its colors fading into an eternal twilight of distortion. The event horizon is no surface. It's a boundary where reality folds, and all paths lead only deeper within. As one crosses it, space and time exchange roles. Forward becomes downward, and distance becomes the rhythm of falling. No signal can escape, yet from outside, the falling traveler seems frozen, trapped in light's final desperate echo. Inside, gravity is no longer force, but geometry space curves, so violently that direction itself becomes meaningless. Matter stretches like liquid fire, atoms torn apart, time unraveling into spirals of endless descent. There is no up or down, no future or past, only motion toward a singular point of infinite compression. In that silence, physics breaks, and equations lose meaning. The known universe stops, and the unknown begins. Singularity awaits not a place, but an end to place itself, where all dimensions collapse into pure existence. Time no longer flows. It stretches, fragments, and folds into itself, becoming a mirror where every moment exists simultaneously. To the falling observer, everything seems calm, a quiet corridor of endless descent, lit only by faint relics of starlight. Outside, billions of years may pass, yet inside, only seconds are felt, a perfect paradox carved into space-time's heart. Singularity pulls all toward its core, yet nothing touches it. Space stretches faster than falling matter can ever reach. Inside, colors lose meaning. Light turns to soundless vibration, echoing through a dimension beyond perception. Every law of physics outside becomes suggestion here. Cause and effect dissolve, rewritten by gravity's relentless script. The deeper one falls, the slower time moves, until eternity fits inside a single trembling heartbeat. The black hole's core hums with unseen energy, an orchestra of destruction and creation intertwined. Atoms disintegrate into pure energy, torn between existence and nothingness, yet still obeying gravity's silent call. Beyond this threshold, space ceases to exist. It becomes idea, memory, and dream, collapsing into infinite compression. At the edge of comprehension, space twists into impossible loops, where distance folds inward and geometry loses meaning. Falling no longer feels like motion, but transformation, becoming part of the black hole's geometry, woven into its silent gravity. The horizon once feared now feels serene, a stillness beyond death, where time no longer separates past from future. Every photon once seen outside becomes memory here, painted across the walls of curved space-time like fading starlight. Inside, the concept of direction fades, every path bends inward, yet each feels infinitely straight. Energy compresses until even quantum fields surrender, blending into a sea of unbroken tension, gravity's absolute dominion. Some theories whisper that another universe lies beyond, born from the same collapse that devours ours. If true, then every black hole could be a doorway, an exit disguised as oblivion. Perhaps beyond singularity, time flows backward, stars rise again, and matter breathes anew. Yet no traveler can confirm, within this abyss, observation itself dissolves. The witness and the witnessed become one. Inside the core, time fractures into crystal shards, each one a universe, each moment a self-contained eternity. The deeper one goes, the more the mind unravels, struggling to define reality within infinite curvature. The black hole's heart beats in silence, its rhythm measured not in seconds, but in the collapse of meaning. Here, causality ceases, effects precede causes, and time runs like liquid uphill through invisible gravitational veins. The singularity itself hides beyond vision. No color, no form, only the mathematics of endless compression. Gravity dominates everything sound. Matter, even possibility, twisting them into a single frozen scream of existence. At this depth, even information cannot escape, trapped forever in gravity's silent archive of unspoken history. Physicists call it the information paradox, a riddle where knowledge enters but never returns, yet somehow still remains. Perhaps, beyond this paradox, the universe keeps its secrets alive, encoded within gravity's deepest whisper. To witness the singularity is to see the end of knowing, where the universe looks back and sees itself. Within this gravity-born cathedral, silence reigns supreme, space bowed, light kneeling, time shattered into sacred fragments. Fall feels eternal, yet instantaneous, a paradox of motion where eternity is experienced in a single breath. Every direction bends inward, like rivers, feeding one sea, the singularity devouring even the notion of escape. Here, gravity sculpts dreams into geometry, and thought itself feels stretched across the skin of space. The black hole is not absence, it is transformation, a forge that melts reality into new, unknowable forms. Perhaps this darkness is creation reversed, energy remembering its origin, collapsing to begin again elsewhere. Within, time feels circular, looping like a heartbeat, echoing through endless corridors of folded existence. Each particle, each photon tells the same story, falling, merging, reborn in a rhythm too vast for minds to hold. Even darkness shines here, with radiation's ghost-hawking's echo, escaping the edges as faint whispers of light. What we call void is filled with memory space, remembering its own collapse, echoing softly through invisible dimension. In this hidden empire of gravity, the laws of nature kneel order undone, symmetry twisted into breathtaking impossibility. To human eyes, it would seem eternal night yet, within energy churns, like oceans, beneath invisible pressure. The deeper one descends, the quieter existence becomes, until even the thought of motion feels like memory. At some depth, time stops entirely, an endless pause, where the universe itself holds its breath. What remains is not death, but transformation, matter reborn as vibration, pure information encoded within the void. Physicists imagine this place as the end of physics, where equations collapse under gravity's endless recursion. Yet beyond imagination, something stirs an unknown realm, whispering through curvature, where new laws might awaken. Some say a black hole births its opposite, a white hole, releasing creation's mirror image into another cosmos. If so, then death and birth are twins, two faces of the same cosmic breath, eternally exchanging places. The boundary between ending and beginning disappears, leaving only motion, endless, circular, and divine. The black hole's interior is not a void, but a labyrinth, woven from time's threads, curving endlessly toward unknowable truth. Here, existence folds inward, reflections upon reflections, each echo birthing another world, like mirrors repeating to infinity. To see within is to see everything past, future, and present overlapping in a single luminous breath of creation. Inside this endless descent, one understands the universe does not end, it simply changes form. The singularity is not destruction, it is perfection, the point where all contradictions finally meet and vanish. Here, knowledge becomes feeling, energy becomes thought, everything merges into one continuous wave of existence. Perhaps consciousness itself survives, transcending the collapse, awakening beyond dimensions, where time no longer binds. If so, then inside the black hole lies not an end, but an awakening, the seed of another universe. Fall becomes flight, the void becomes womb, and gravity transforms into creation's silent architect. Enter a black hole is to touch eternity, to become both observer and origin, dreamer and dream. All boundaries dissolve the self, the universe, the idea of separation melting into one infinite breath of cosmic unity. Within this light, time sleeps, dreaming of stars yet unborn, waiting for gravity to breathe them awake. Every fall into darkness is also a rise into mystery, a journey written in the mathematics of infinity. Perhaps black holes are memory, the universe remembering itself through collapse, preserving everything it ever was. Inside them, existence is rewritten light, and matter transformed into whispers of energy humming through invisible corridors. If creation has symmetry, then black holes are its mirror, the universe gazing into its own eternal reflection. At the singularity's heart lies stillness, not death, but pure potential, waiting to expand again as life somewhere new. Thus, every black hole may hold a universe, our own perhaps, born from another's final breath. We are all falling still through time, through thought, through endless gravity, seeking the center that binds everything together. And in that fall lies truth. The universe is not ending. It is forever folding into itself, endlessly becoming.